welcome you all to the East African Wedding Show. Mr. Pratt, where are you? I can't see you now, but I'm waiting to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have many things to tell you. We have Chemtai, Howard, and Shamim. They're going to be the speakers today. Mr. Pratt, hi. Rukundo, where are you? I can't wait to see you. I'm waiting for you. All right. Okay. Are you getting married soon? Please don't miss. All right. Okay. Mr. Pratt, welcome on stage. I'm waiting for you. I can't wait to hug you. I know. All right. Mr. Pratt, international MC from Ghana. My name is Aline. Gahongayire, I'm from Rwanda. Yes, Rukundo, how are you?
I'm doing well. You know, it's good to see you. Oh my gosh, you looking stunning.
Good to see you too. Yeah, you look amazing.
Wow, you know what I like about how you look? The blend of the yellow with the red, and then the hairstyle killing in front of you. I mean, this is amazing. Wow.
Thank you, Rukundo.
I'm so sad I couldn't see you face to face and make this happen, because I remember very well last year, the East African Wedding Show, the maiden edition was amazing.
Yeah,
it was completely amazing. And I can never forget the Burundi dancers. You remember that, right?
Yeah, the drums and so on from Burundi.
Exactly. So anyway, let's welcome everybody. So welcome each and every one of you to the East African Wedding Show. This is a virtual experience we're giving you. Wherever you find yourself, my name is Mr. Pratt, and I'm doing this with my beautiful, amazing, heartwarming personality, all the way from Kigali. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aline.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pratt.
I mean, I know the expectations are very big, but before we go into the show proper itself, let me just say something. There's something about gratitude. A lot of things have happened this year. So many things, lots and lots of ups and downs. Businesses would have to remodel, look at their business model. Institutions, some people would have to lay off. Unfortunately, some people also lost dear ones because of the pandemic. People lost properties, people lost a lot of assets. But Aline, there's something really great about thank you. What comes to mind whenever you think about gratitude? Thank you.
Yeah, we are so thankful because we are alive now and we can talk and we can, we have a lot to thank God. So no matter what, even if COVID-19 is there, but we are here for the East African Wedding Show. We are here just to show people that life goes on. So we are so thankful for that. Yeah.
Exactly. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will be giving you an experience. First of all, from where I am here in Accra, I'm sharing with you on my screen a video that Aline and I thought that it is worth starting the show. And so just give me a minute of your time. I'm sharing my screen. And the video is playing now. It's about thank you. Let's enjoy this.
Say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. That's how I live my life. That's why I am. One of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for every moment that led to this day. Thank you for the hard times. They made me appreciate the good times. Thank you for the lessons. They were needed for my development. Thank you for my eyes that get to witness the miracles of today and tomorrow. Thank you for everything I take for granted. Thank you for all of my blessings. Thank you for my drive. Thank you for my spirit. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for giving me the courage to fight through the hard times. Thank you for the people in my life, those I love and those I learn from. Thank you for it all. Thank you. Thank you. It's the key that opens the door to instant happiness. Unlocks the door to everything we are really seeking in life. Happiness and contentment. Think about it. No matter what you say you want, money, riches, health, to help others, why do you really want it? When you drill deep down, the only reason anyone wants anything is the feeling we believe we will get from having it. That all boils down to happiness and contentment. And the truth is, we can have it now if we are grateful. And if you get quiet, get away from the noise of the world, and think for a moment about what you could be grateful for, I'm sure you can find plenty. Be grateful there's food on the table, air in your lungs, life in your body. Get grateful that you have opportunity to take your life to a whole nother level. To decide right now that you are going to live your dreams and never settle until you do. Get grateful for the mental strength you've been given to survive the hard times. Get grateful for your limbs if you have them. Many are not so blessed. Your eyesight if you have it. Many are not blessed. Your hearing if you have it. Many are not so blessed. The health you do have, many are in worse positions. Grateful for one person that has had an impact in your life, or many people if you are so blessed. Then get grateful you can choose to be that person for someone else. That one that makes a difference in someone else's life, no matter how small. Get grateful you get to experience this magical universe. Today, look for miracles. I guarantee if you are looking, you will see them. There are unlimited things to be grateful for. Open your eyes. Unlock your amazing life. It's ready for you right now. Thank you for this day. Whatever it brings, whether a challenge I need to grow, a lineup to teach me patience, an unexpected blessing, every moment of joy, whatever today brings, thank you. Whatever it brings, I pray I have enough presence in each moment to know that no circumstance is my life. No high or low, no event, no thing is my life. Life is energy, and I know I'm so much more than my physical body. Thank you for my ability to love, to give to others my authentic love and kindness without expecting anything in return. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for my presence. Thank you for my ability to attract only the things and people that are in harmony with what I need in my life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this day, whatever it brings.
Wow.
Well, thank you for this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
What are you thankful for? What is your gratitude like? Tell me.
You know, this is the special day. This is the day that the Lord has made for me. This is the special day. So I'm so thankful for this day. So I'm so thankful that I can see you and I can see everybody. So thank you for thank you for the gift of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for the mental agility for this team. And that even though, can we have Aline live with me right here? Can you project Aline live with me here, right next to me on the screen? So I am thankful to the team of the East African Wedding Show, and for the mental, for the agility, for the persistence, and for putting this together on a virtual platform. That even though the pandemic withheld our face-to-face meeting, they have made this happen. And I'm seeing you once again, and I'm seeing everybody who's joined across everywhere in Africa. Thank you. All we are saying is thank you and thank you once more.
Yeah.
So, Aline, I know we have 3 days, very packed 3 days. So if you're here and your friend is not here, you can see me. What we are doing right now is the East African Wedding Show. My name is Mr. Pratt, and I'm here with Aline Gahongayire. And I'll plead with every one of you. You can tell a brother, a sister to join, because it's going to be an amazing experience, completely amazing experience on this virtual platform. This is the first of its kind, and I'm super excited about it. So tell your brother, tell your sister, send the link, www.eastafricanweddingshow.com, to a colleague, a sister. It's free to join, participate if you are a participant. But then if you are a vendor, it's just $100, and then you get to mount your stand. It's still open for you to do this. But then let me get back to Aline. Aline, what are expectations? I want to know. I'm writing it down. I'm actually have a pen. I'm going to write all of the expectations down. What are your expectations for this East African Wedding Show?
Please, Pratt, can you do double tap?
Okay. Can I? All right, so should I do double tap on my screen? We are trying to bring Aline live here on my screen.
Double tap,
and so
yeah.
We are quickly sorting it out. All right, so I did a double tap, but you're not appearing. All right, so whilst we're technically solving that, at least we can hear you. We can see the small somewhere, but I would want you.
Okay, you know what, Mr. Pratt? I feel like in these 3 days, I feel like I'm going to get married again, because I'm just going to be about love and wedding, and, I'm so excited, and I know my life will be love, and I am so excited. What about you?
I am super excited. The thing about East African Wedding Show is the different cultures, the different skills that come on board, different ideas, all tailored towards one thing, to create an experience. And so my expectation is very, very huge. I'm looking forward to all of our speakers. Last year, we didn't have a lot of speakers like we did. We do have this year. There are lots more speakers on board. I want to see their angle of professionalism, where they're coming from, with respect to their different countries and what they are bringing on board. So I'm also super, super excited and energized. But like I always do, Aline, I always put you on the spot, and I'm going to put you on the spot at this point in time. And what you're simply going to do is a little thing for me. It's something of our Zonto, right? Last year when I came to on the spot to do something from your country, and I'm putting you on the spot. What was the name of that dance again?
Kinyarwanda, right?
Yes, that was the dance. Now I'm putting you on the spot to do a Zonto for me. There's a popular Sarkodie. You know Sarkodie? There's a popular Sarkodie.
All right. You don't see money, no be problem. Hey. Man is gonna block. Hey. All right,
I'm gonna
all right, hold
on a second. If you're in your house, if you're in your home, in your office, and you're watching us, I'm teaching you a special dance from Ghana. It's called the Azonto. It's simple. Chemtai, Hawamago, Shamim, all of our Hawa and Shamim, all of our speakers, wherever you are, we'll put you on the spot to do this. So it's you whine like this, and you take it out. So you whine like this, and take it out. Whine, and take it out. Good. So, but you have to do it with a beat. So those of you who are doing it in the comfort of your homes, watching us, we are doing Azonto, and it's a popular song from West Africa, popular dance from West Africa. It's simple. Whine, and take it out. So, Aline, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Well, that was a good one.
That's nice. That's very nice, Mr. Pratt. Thank you so much.
So, wait. Oh, now Chemtai reminds me of something. Chemtai, good to see you. We're just having fun already, but I'm sure that once Chemtai is here, Aline, I have this beautiful thing for you, and all I'm going to ask, Aline, I want you to spend the rest of your life with me, and will you want to?
Oh
I know.
Where can I get married?
But we don't know where to start from. I'm just wondering where we're going to start from.
Please, can we ask Chantal? Because she knows better than me. Please, I can't respond right now.
That's why Chantal is here.
No. I'll let you know after. Let me just ask Chantal first.
So, Aline, you can ask.
Can I get married right now, Chantal?
Yes, you can. Hi, Aline. How are you?
Hi, very good. Fine, thank you. Thank you so much for this beautiful time.
Mr. Pratt, hi.
Hi, Chemtai. So Aline and I have planned together, but we don't know where to start from. And as well as many participants who have joined us here, many of the groom, the brides who have joined us, we don't know where to start from. So ladies and gentlemen, we have the lead planner and designer from Bloomingdale Planners all the way from Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. We are super.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So worry not. It is not, we can demystify it for you. The first thing that I encourage people to do is, find out whether, ask yourself whether you know your vision. Okay. Do you have a vision for your wedding? Yeah. And the vision is your end result. Where do you want to get to? What experience do you want your guests to have? So once you have a vision, everything else picks up from that. Yeah?
Wow.
Are you beginning to feel like you can get married, Aline?
Maybe I can ask Mr. Pratt, are you ready to get married?
Forever and ever ready. Like Chemtai is saying, I'm seeing the vision. It starts with a vision. And you know what? I'll tell you behind the scenes, our vision. I'll not share with people publicly.
Okay. So,
thank you.
So the vision, I need to clarify the vision. So the vision is both the groom and the bride agreeing on where they want to go together as a couple. Yeah. And on this front, you have, the financial front, the guest front in terms of experience, and the location, all this together. Then number two, I think the other major thing that you need to do is what you want to consider as an overall spend. Yeah. I know many couples come to us and they're like, oh, we have no idea where to start. But once you get into the planning process, they go, that's too high. So that obviously means there's something they know they do not want to spend. So there's obviously a budget spend that you want to actually have. Yeah. So that's two parts. The other one is, of course, selfishly, hire a professional planner. Once you have a planner, then it's easy to navigate through your vision, because then we guide you, we negotiate value and price for you. So there's all this in place that you need to have first. So these are the first three things that I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the vision is very, very important. And there are a lot of questions you need to ask yourself before you get married.
Yeah.
Okay. And Aline, let me ask you, before I gave me my beautiful flowers, what was running through your mind? What are some of the questions you would ideally ask?
Okay. What are the first three things you need to figure out?
Yeah, so the first three things, like I said, first is the vision, the budget, and what, if you want to hire a planner or you already have someone as a friend or a family who is a planner, which we discourage, but get a professional to work with you. So those are the three things. Now, I think the next thing that you would want to know is what really goes into these three things. Do you follow me? Yeah?
Yes.
And here you want to think about, as a planner, we've come to learn from experience that if you do not have a vision, chances of you having a chaotic event is a very, very high. Chances are very high of having a chaotic event. Not having direction, that means you go in circles, getting quotations from different providers because you obviously don't know what you want to achieve. So there's a lot of time wasting in there. And then because you don't have a vision, chances are you haven't spoken about your expectations. So what does that mean? There's a chance of fighting, there's a chance of an overspend or a waste in finances because there's no prioritization, there's none of that. So all these are things that you have to consider when once you decide.
What is the difference? I have this question for you. What is the difference between the wedding planner, decorator, and stylist? What is the difference between?
So did you say a wedding planner and a wedding?
Decorator and stylist.
Oh, I love that question. Aline, I'm so happy you've asked it because it is a very commonly misunderstood question.
Yes.
Commonly misunderstood. So I'm happy you've asked, and I'll break it down. So a planner is someone who constructs or curates your event from the ground up, okay, and gives it form. Yeah, and I like to liken a planner with an architect. The same way they draw, they know what's gonna go where, and how the structure of your house, in this case our event, would be. So that's a planner. They curate, construct, and give form. Is that clear so far? That's a planner. Now, a stylist, Aline, designs the ambience.
Okay.
They design the ambience and the outcome of the event in terms of the color, the theme, and basically the flow. That's what a stylist does. They design. So they've visualized it, and they can tell you, so this color would go here, and this theme would be perfect for this event. Because a stylist has understood the couple as well.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, a decorator is charged the responsibility to execute, what the planner has put in place and what the stylist has brought in place as well. So the decorator is coming now to piece it together in terms of the look and feel.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
Sorry, let me just say something also in that regard. Now, a planner, in many cases, and this is where the confusion comes in many cases, a planner can also be a stylist. Okay?
How?
I'll tell you how, because you can find your planner who can style your event because they've understood what you want to achieve and they have an eye for that. Okay? So it can be a planner stylist, and you can also find a stylist decorator. A decorator who's a stylist, meaning they will style because they've known what you want to achieve, okay, and decorate.
Okay. Now, if a company or someone has to do the three, plan, style, and decorate, to be honest, you have to have a team that is really well oiled. Otherwise, it's going to be chaotic. So that's my take to your question.
Thank you so much. I'm satisfied.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pratt, yeah, go on.
I mean, just before you go, I've been thinking in the stage, let me do my cloth well. I feel like I want us to, because there are people watching, the people who are watching, most of them are people who are planning to get married. I want us to take us on a journey so that we would understand at what point in time do you need a planner? At what point in time do you need a designer? At what point in time do you need a decorator? So that if on top of my head, now Aline and I are planning our wedding, I want to know at what stage I need each one of these and which of them should be of priority. Who should I move to first?
First, Mr. Pratt, by the way, ditch those flowers. Aline will not agree to get married to you. It is a pathetic stem of flowers. That's not gonna work. But so what to do first? In my opinion, and I think it's a professional opinion, once you have your vision in place, okay, and you have a planner that you've hired and has understood your vision, okay, now the vision determines, like I mentioned earlier, it will determine your number of guests, your location, the type of cuisine and culinary experience, basically, the type of culinary experience that you're going to have. It will determine, the theme, the style of the event. So that's in the vision. Now, once you have this, the first thing to do is make sure that you have a venue first. That's important. Okay? That your guest list is ready, so that you know how many people you're working on and towards. Make sure that you have the idea of the budget. And then now we can come to the category of food, which is very important. Food. We go with food first. Then we can go to your styling bit. So you've decided on the culinary experience, but then on the other hand, I would say they work hand in hand. So you're working on your styling. Okay, so styling first. You have to style your event first before you get to a decorator to give you the quotation, which is based on the styling. So many people make the mistake of going to decorators first. I need a quotation. Send me a quotation. So most decorators will send you quotations out of the blues with very simple understanding of what your color is and how many people you have. Now, you'll have an event, fair enough, but it will not have a flow. So that's a danger. So it's important for you to have a really luxurious, well put together event. It's important to have your vision in place. Get your stylist to style it, then get your quotation from the decorator.
So the vision comes and then you get your stylist, do it, and then you move to the decorator. I didn't know this was what goes on. I think this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So for those of you who are watching, this is the East African Wedding Show. We are having this session called, oh my God, we are getting married. And then Commissioner Aline and I proposed to Aline with the flowers. And
right? Yeah.
That flower is pathetic.
And then I'll just prompt you that if you have any questions, it's time. You can put in your questions on the inside. We're having our discussions at the moment. So you can put in your questions in the discussion box next to you on your right of your screen. So you can put in all of your questions and then we'll ask whatever you want to know. We would ask at this point in time. Aline, do you have any more questions for Chemtai?
Let me check. Chemtai, do you really think Just advise me. My fiance, he's broke, but he's full of love. Do you think I can marry him? I said, Mr. Pratt.
Wait, I hope it's.
Are you referring to the Mr. Pratt I know? That was full of vava boom. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Let's say. So, Aline, that's a very sensitive question. Whether you can still marry your fiance who is broke but full of love, it's a very sensitive question, and I'll say why. I think it is important to marry out of love and not the other way around. Okay? And someone may ask, so will we eat love? No. What I mean is that when you marry from a point of love and then discuss your finances, manage your expectations. That's why I said it is important for you as a couple to discuss and agree what it is that you have. That's back to the vision. Everything is tied to the vision. What is it that is important to us as a couple? What is it we are able to achieve, and what can we afford? Okay? And that's why it's also important to, now when you're broke, you might say, I don't have enough money to pay a professional planner. But the mistake is you don't pay a planner, but then you go, it's very haphazard, especially if you're not well informed. And you keep getting quotations, without much experience. But when you have someone who's guiding you and working with you, then they can help you and tell you, this is the far that we can get with what we have. Okay? And these are the right people to execute a simple yet elegant event. So those are the kind of things that you need to talk about. Expectation management is very important. And avoid external influence. Some of it can be negative, some can be positive, but just avoid it and focus on what, in this case, Aline and Mr. Pratt want.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Fiance, go on.
Thank you so much. There's another aspect of it that really is great concern to people whenever they are getting married. The vision could be there. And still, I'm asking just to a follow-up to Aline's question has got to do with financial goals. And I know it does have huge influence on even the entire planning process and even your marriage journey itself. How important is financial goals when it comes to even the decision to get married, the planning process, and even the marriage itself? But I don't want us to talk about the marriage more because we are focusing on the decision and the planning process. So how important is or are financial goals to the entire decision and planning process?
Okay, I like the question, Mr. Pratt, and I think I hope I've gotten it right. And I think what you're asking me is what I've just answered, Aline, and I said manage expectations with each other, decide how much you're going to spend, and once you do that, once you have a decision, okay, because you already have a vision in place, and you've decided together what it is you want to achieve, it is important to prioritize. Discuss your non-negotiables. Okay? Discuss your non-negotiables and prioritize what's important to you. Now, to some couples, cake is a non-issue. But you know what? To some others, cake is a centerpiece. It's a thing that stands out in an event. So I'm just giving you an example. So prioritize. So some couples that come to us, they've said, you know what? I want amazing food and I don't care how the place looks. However, as you prioritize, it's important to give it a balance so that you don't have amazing food, but with the really, really bad ambience. So it doesn't make sense. So you have to try a balance, but also just prioritize. Financial planning should be prioritized so that you're thinking, I'm okay spending, for purposes of discussion, $5,000 on food, and I'm not okay spending $1 million on decor. So you have to discuss that and plan in that way. I hope I've answered you.
I mean, you have answered me correctly, but now I want to ask you a very tricky question. A very tricky question. What percentage of your savings should go into planning a wedding, ideally?
Sorry, please repeat your question.
I'm asking a very tricky question. What percentage of my savings, I've decided to marry the beautiful Aline. I have saved some money ever since I started working. What percentage of that saving would you advise I invest into a wedding?
Mr. Pratt, I see you. I see you. It's very tricky because, so I'll answer with a bias because, I mean, this is what I wake up to do and this is bread and butter for most of us in the industry. But then with also a very sincere passion to marriage and couples, I would say, again, back to prioritizing. I've had some of my couples come to me and say, we're just buying our first home as we also plan the wedding. So we don't want to spend so much. And because they wouldn't reveal what their savings are, but to be honest, depending, and you know, savings vary. I mean, we could be talking about, you know, $1 million or, you know, I don't know how much you have, Mr. Pratt, but I would say 60-40.
Okay, all right. That's a very coming from you. I feel that's a very sincere one coming from you, and we really appreciate it. All right, so thank you very much, Chemtai Chamia. Thank you so much for opening our minds. I didn't know that before you get married, you need to think about vision. I think
we need to plan for it.
You know one thing I learned. She said one thing: discuss your non-negotiable. I think it's very, very deep, and it's something that I've kept it. We will discuss our non-negotiables. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we're bringing from Eye Candy event styling and designing. We're bringing in Hawa and Samin to also join, bring their views as well, add up knowledge to what we are discussing. And I'm excited that Chemtai has actually opened the conversation for us to do justice to the topic. Because so Samin and Hawa, can we have you now on stage? Ladies and gentlemen, before coming on stage, this is the East African Wedding Show. This is a virtual experience we're having. There on your screen, you can see a Q&A chat box or a general chat box. You can enter all of your comments, and I've seen most of you joining in live. We are here on the East African Wedding Show. It's going to be 3 days. You can see the itinerary or the schedule of the program on the website, www.eastafricanweddingshow, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to join us here. And because my beautiful Aline is here, and we have started our journey of getting married, but Aline is telling me that I'm broke. I don't know when she came into my account to know that I'm broke. But
No, baby. I will talk about it in backstage. But let me welcome a lot of people.
Relationship. I'm going to call it off.
Just give me 1 minute just to welcome the people from Rwanda in my Kinyarwanda. So kaze mwese rero the East African Wedding Show iri kubera mu gihugu cyacu cy'u Rwanda, nubwo turi online cyangwa se turi ku nkoranyambaga zacu. Ndabahaye ikaze kugira ngo muze tubane. Ushobora kuba utegura ubukwe, ushobora kuba uri hirya no hino, ushobora kuba ushaka gushaka cyangwa se gushakwa. Turimo turiga byinshi cyane, aho turi kumwe n'abantu bafite experience zitandukanye, aho twari turi kuganira na Chemtai tugira inama cy'icyo wakora mbere yo gukora ubukwe. Ese n'iki wakora? Wabanza ukabitegura, wabanza ukareba amafaranga ufite, ntabwo wahubuka. Twari turi kumwe rero na Chemtai aho yatugiraga inama. Dufite byinshi byo kuganira nawe. Wabwira inshuti yawe, kabwira inshuti yawe, hanyuma tugahurira ku nkoranyambaga, hanyuma tukabasha kuganira byinshi bitandukanye byiza. Ufite ibitekerezo cyangwa se icyo wabaza, n'ukuri wabaza, hanyuma tukagendana neza. Merci beaucoup, soyez les bienvenus dans le East African Wedding Show en ligne. Je suis avec Mr. Pratt. si tu veux te marier ou tu fais des mariages ou tu prépares des mariages, ça c'est le bon moment de demander tout ce que tu veux. On est là pour toi. Thank you so much, Mr. Pratt. Yeah, the stage is yours. I can hear you. You're mute.
I was sorry. I can't make sense of what you're trying to say, but it's fine. I couldn't understand, but I know what. Once you mentioned my name, I know why you mentioned my name. So it's good to see you once again. And so that was earlier. We had Chemtai Chamia from all the way from Kenya. She is the lead planner and designer from Bloomingdale Planners. And up next, we're having Hawa and Shamim Mango from I Candy Event Styling and Designing. And we are still talking about, oh my God, we are getting married. And it's a very important decision that you need to make. But there are certain professional advice you will need. And that is the way we want to start. Because if you look at the journey of weddings, the most important thing, or where it starts from, is actually where you are, the decision to get married. And Chantal made us aware that you need a vision. You definitely need a vision. So say if Aline and I are getting married, we need a vision. What do we want? Where do we want to go to? And it's important that we look at all of these things. And so welcome once again to the East African Wedding Show. This is the virtual platform. We miss every one of you. We wish we could have met you face to face. Aline, you know, later in the day, there are other sessions I'm also looking forward to, right? Aline, can you hear me?
No,
Hello,
okay.
You know, later in the day, there are other sessions I'm also looking forward to.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So there's a session, ladies and gentlemen, at 2 o'clock Central African time or 12 o'clock GMT, as we call it, Greenwich Meridian time. We'll have Henry and Waniki to talk about Remember the Vibes.
Remember the vibe.
Remember the vibe. That would be a very interesting conversation as well. And then Anita and Lucy at 4 o'clock Central African time will do Honey, that guest. I'm sure we're definitely going to talk about your guest list, of course, which has been a headache for so many people. And then in the evening, the Gentleman's Corner. We will have the Gentleman's Corner where we'll talk about where to start for grooms.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very big worry for most of the men, because we the men, what we do, Aline, is that we don't really get so much involved with weddings. We feel it's a lady. Let's just leave the ladies. You know what I mean? The ladies want the makeup, they want the touches on the face.
Right.
But one thing I've realized over the 400 weddings that I've emceed is that when it's getting to the time, the men realize how much of a mistake they've done. That if they had started way back, they could have avoided a lot of mistakes and they would have made it more. And I've also realized that gentlemen or groom, the grooms that actually started the wedding planning with their wives actually don't feel pressured. They feel relaxed. They took the right decisions. They didn't rush in selecting their vendors, most importantly, and they spent money cost effectively. So let me use the word cost effectively. So I think that there's a lot to learn from the last session as well. So please take note of the itinerary. And Aline, take us through the time.
Okay. All right. We are in the East African Wedding Show. In a few minutes, we're going to welcome Shamim. All right. Okay. In a few minutes, we're just going to welcome Shamim.
Remember all of the vibes that happened to you.
Married.
Remember all. And so,
thank you.
Great. All right, so take us through. Can you hear me? the time for today, the schedule for today. All right, can you hear me? I can hear you, Aline. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
Okay, so I want you to the timing. Today.
Okay. At 4, we have Remember the Vibes, as you say. At 2. At 4, we have Yes Honey, that guest. At 6, you have Way to Start of 4 Grooms. Donc, à 14h, on a Remember the Vibes. À 16h, on a Yes Honey, that guest. À 18h aussi, on a Where to Start for Grooms. On a encore des guests qui vont être là avec nous. And Mr. Pratt will be there, and we'll be having Brenda and Shruti as the host of the day, Mr. Pratt.
I'm super excited to see what Brenda and Shruti also have a very of the wedding marketing business. The years they are bringing, they are adding on to, and that's what we have in the four hosts, myself, Aline, Brenda. Most of you might have heard of Brenda. Seeing Brenda, trust me, she's also, and she's bringing some energy as in Shruti, beautiful in Shruti, boy, with all her smiles and all her,
I know.
and her, that kind of thing. Super excited. So we're still dealing with issues for Hawa and Shami. They'll be joining. Exactly. So please stay glued. Show, and this is brought to you by the excellent team. I need to make special mention to Brenda, Godfrey, Shruti, and all the team. They've done very well. I think we need to give them a round of applause.
We need to clap for them. Thank you so much, Brenda, Shruti, and Godfrey. You did a great job.
Now, Ali, let me take you back to last year. Let me take you to last year when I met
I
you for the first
last
time.
year I did remember my Atafo.
Yeah. That was amazing as well. That was super, super amazing. And I remember the runway, the fashion show, the experience. Even before the runway, let me even talk about the Burundi dancers. Let's talk about the Burundi dancers and how you taught me how to play that big drum. I still remember and I've not forgotten. The big drum you made me.
Let's hope that we will have the East African wedding show next year, live, so that I can help you. I can just, my Rukundo.
That would be my Rukundo. I still do remember. Do you also remember in the exhibition booth, the Congolese, the gentleman that fixed your hair?
Yeah, I do remember that.
That was definitely an experience. So we had an exhibition last year, and virtually, it's possible this time around too. We are also having an exhibition. Hello, Aline, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Great. So This year we're also having an exhibition, just like last year. The only difference is that this year is one-on-one, and we are giving participants the privilege to meet all the exhibitors one-on-one. So if you look at your left panel, there is a booth there. Once we go on break, in between sessions, so from this session, the next session is starting at exactly 2 o'clock Central African time. So before 2 o'clock, you can still stay on the platform, or you can just go to booth on the left session, and then we have our exhibitors there. So what you need to do, my fellow participants, is that you can schedule to have a one-on-one session with our participants who are on standby. So you can just schedule, and that for me, I think is a great experience. And this is what we are bringing to you. What do you think about it, Aline? Can you hear me, Aline? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, you can't hear me. Let me be sure that you can hear me. All right, so for those of you who have joined, we are still having the East African Wedding Show. Aline, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. So I'm saying that this year, this time around, we're having our exhibition virtually. And the difference is that, when it's face to face, you can have a lot of people around and then exhibitors can talk to them. This time around, we are making it more private. And so what you can do is that you can go to the exhibition booth and then book. All our exhibitors are currently on standby. Book and have a one-on-one. One participant can only be allowed at a time. One participant can only be allowed at a time. So make sure you go. Once you see the place is booked, you might not be able to enter the booth. So you can do so as soon as we are done with this session and switching to the next session. So before 2 o'clock Central African time, you can spend some time and make sure that you engage all our exhibitors who are there. Can you hear me, Aline?
Yes, and it's a great opportunity just to meet your clients or someone who can do your wedding very well, and you can publish even what you do. So it's a very good opportunity that you have to thank the East African Wedding Show organizers. So thank you so very much. So this is your great time for us, what you do, and to meet your clients, of course. So for me, I can just clap again for the East African Wedding Show. So,
exactly.
Something you know that at the last time we will be having the after party. After party.
Oh,
hey, after party. Yeah. By the time we're waiting for Howard to come and Shamim, can you give us some music, show us what you do in your country when the bride and the grooms are coming. So show us what you do. Give us
all right.
music.
So let me just connect quickly and then let me do that. Aline has put me on the spot. So from here, reporting all the way from West Africa, Accra, Ghana, ladies and gentlemen, over here we do party a lot. And for your information, we've already started some weddings here, and we continuously jam. And so I'm just connecting to play some very good music for those of us who are here. And Aline has put me on the spot to do some dance. And so we're going to do so. And please hold on. So let's assume the bride and groom, they are coming. And we are about to jam. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to have a party right now. So get ready and make sure you are tuned for this.
Joe boy one day. Got no buffet. No my get to come on your back. Body on check. I got my
I'm going to show you another one.
Okay. Let me ask you something. If I need you to come and host the wedding here in Rwanda, are you going to be available? Are you going to come to host the wedding?
I am super ready.
Are you sure?
Actually, I still have a lot of pages in my passport to be stamped. So I'm super ready to come to Rwanda, super ready to come to Kigali, to be in Nairobi, to be in Uganda, to be in Kampala, everywhere. I'm super ready. The beauty of our culture is a difference and the sweetness.
Yes.
Every culture, African culture is so sweet. And for everywhere you find yourself, there's that level of sweetness. And I'm super ready to learn the dance, to learn the vibe. We'll bring a lot of energy from where we are.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
All right. So,
okay, let me check. I can't wait to see Hawa and Shamim.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. Hawa and Shamim will join us shortly, but I hope you're having a great time. If you're having a great time, make sure you go to the chat box on your extreme right. You will see a box that says discuss, or the chat icon on the extreme right. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your feedback is. Let me know whether you're hearing me clearly, whether you're having a great time, whether we need to step up, whether I need to put Aline on the spot to do some song for me, which she knows will come very soon. So just let me know what you think so you can go to discuss. We also want to know the countries that have joined us. If you're from Kigali, if you're from Rwanda, South Africa, Congo, Malawi, Nigeria, Ghana,
all over the world, USA, UK, so
USA.
we're here for you.
Exactly. Just do so right now. Just join us. Just send in. Go to the chat.
Okay, sorry.
Come again.
Rukundo, I have this question
Yes.
for you. If we hear about wedding, that means there is love. So what is love? What is love?
Well, that's a very good question. Every question you ask us, even the way I dropped my voice to tell you the kind of emotions love carries.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to tell you that I think love is an expression. Mm-hmm. And love is an expression done in its purest form. And so I repeat, this is my definition of love. Love is an expression done or executed in its purest form. And when I talk about love done or executed, I carefully chose the word done or executed because I think love is a doing word. For me, love is a verb. Love is not just something that exists or an abstract, but love is a doing word. So in short, love is something that you do in its purest form. So if I tell you I love you, whatever I do for you, I'm not expecting anything in return. I do it for you because you deserve it. Yeah. And so if the organizers here have committed and shown everything, they have done so much, painfully gone through all the challenges, debunked all concepts, all all stumbling blocks to make sure that we bring this quality stuff to people out there. And they are doing it because the people, the participants, people of Africa, people of the world truly deserve this kind of information. And that's why they are doing it. So love is very, very pure.
Wow. Thank you so much. Love is beautiful. There is something which hurt me a lot, Mr. Pratt. You see, you do a very good wedding with the very expensive things, with the wedding planner, and you bring all your friends and parents, and then after you do the divorce. These days the divorce is like, it's like this COVID-19. You get married, you be the MC in the wedding, but after you divorce. So, what do you say about the divorce? It's too bad, but what do you say about it?
I mean, this is a very sensitive question that you have asked, and I had the opportunity to speak to a lot of people, especially people who divorce. And I must say that nobody would actually intentionally say, let me go and marry and then later on divorce. And if the person purely loved the person, so that means that something went wrong. Something went wrong. Something unbearable. Something that both parties can no longer compromise. And in my opinion, I think that the journey of marriage itself is much more of compromise. So I always say this thing, that 1 + 1, half plus half mathematically is 1. When you bring half, I bring half, it makes it 1. Now, for those of us who are Christians, the Bible says that, and the two shall become one. The two shall become one. So what it means is that, Aline, you bring half of your nonsense, I bring half of my nonsense, and it becomes a full nonsense. You bring half of your personality, I bring half of my personality, and it becomes a full personality. So it means that the process of becoming is about compromising, it's about understanding, it's about unlearning. But it gets to a point in time, some people can no longer compromise. Some people can no longer contain it, and I do not fault them. I don't support divorce as a Christian, but because of certain people's character, maybe you can no longer compromise, and it is eating you up. It is hurting your relationship probably with God. It is not making you who you have to become. Some people have different justifications to that. But I think that I would attribute the high rate of divorce basically on when people fail to have a vision at the start of their relationship. And that again I will reiterate what Chemtai said. It's about the vision and it's about where you want to go to. And so I think that if as a man, I invite you over as a woman to spend the rest of your life with me, I should have a vision and say, oh baby, I want us in 50 years time to do this. This is our vision. When you come in as a woman, you come in, the reason why the Bible says a helper is not somebody who stays in the kitchen and cleans, but somebody who is helping you to attain the vision.
That's right.
And without that, exactly. And that without that woman, you can never or possibly be able to attain it, because the reality is very different. So when the woman is in your life, that is why you as a woman, the women have the ability to multiply, make things happen for you. So that is why when you give a woman a sperm, she gives you babies. When you give a woman trouble, she will multiply the trouble and give you more trouble. If you give a woman happiness, she will multiply the happiness and give you more happiness. Exactly. And so when you understand these basic things about life, it's easier. So when a woman comes in, she comes in to make it happen the more. So she will add value. She will add every sweetness. She will make sure that she will speed up your vision coming to reality. And the woman is there to come to add up to your life. But sometimes people do not get the vision right from the start. And unfortunately, they get into it and like, I didn't know this is what it is. And I think that people should also be realistic. So if I meet you and I know this is how you are, Aline loves to dress and look good. That's how I met you. I shouldn't think that I'm going to get married to you for you to change to suit my taste. You have spent over 20 years of your life looking good. This is who you are. This is your personality. It was not going to take me to change you in 2 or 3 days. I do not agree with that. So you either compromise if you can. If you think you can't, don't step into it in the first place. It is not for everybody if you think you can't. So that's my honest opinion about it.
Thank you so much. I think this is the East African Wedding Show, and many people, they're listening to this. We don't want a divorce. We need love, because love wins. After all, love wins. Okay. Mr. Pratt, do you love me?
That's very true.
Do you love me?
It's so much. It's so deep in its purest form.
I'm waiting for Shamim and Howard just to let me not take that flower. If they say, okay, go on and take it, Aline, I will definitely take it. Because Chemtai, she was a bit, she wasn't sure about that flower. So I need to be.
See, this is a flower I imported all the way from Greece. And it came in yesterday this way simply because I'm giving it to you. And you are telling me.
That's
all right.
That's nice. So,
that's my beautiful Aline.
Yeah, I need Shruti to introduce the next speakers. Shruti, where are you? I can't get Shruti, so introduce me.
All right, so thank you very much, Aline. So before Shruti joins us, let me just remind you that after this session, the next session is starting in 2 hours' time. But I'm very sure that once Hawa and Shamim joins, we will conclude in 30 minutes so that you can have enough time to freshen up, stretch your legs, recharge your data if there's a need, rebundle, anything you want to do, and come back because there are exciting sessions coming up. So let me run you through. At 2 o'clock Central African time, we will have Enrica and Waniki speaking on the topic, Remember the Vibes. Remember the Vibes. And then Remember the Vibes. And then Anita and Lucy will talk about Yes, Honey, That Guest. that guest. Anita and Lucy will do that. And for the gentlemen, this is a very interesting topic, but the ladies can also join in. We're going into the men's corner where we'll talk about where to start for grooms. Where to start for grooms. So we'll invite all the ladies to join in. Come in, contribute. Let us hear you out. What do you think is the point where we can start for the groom? But then we have a chat box here. I haven't seen anyone sending a message or two, but I still want to see what you're saying. So please go to the chat box on the right and come to the chat box on the right. So I've seen a comment from Bloomingdale Planners. She said, very well said, Mr. Pratt. Agree, disagree, or compromise. And I think it's a very important point that I think is in relation to what I said earlier. So drop in your comments if you're watching us in the comfort of your home, the office, on the streets, wherever you are watching us on your device. Please make sure you drop in your content. We'd like to hear from you, your country, what's happening in Congo, what's happening in Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, Gabon, South Africa, Chad, USA, the UK, Portugal, everywhere. Please let us know what is happening and whether you're enjoying the East African Wedding Show. This is our virtual. I think we are doing well, Aline. We're doing well.
Yeah, we're doing our best. So we need to remind people that we are in COVID-19. We need to be safe. We need to be safe, even if we do have COVID-19, but we need to be safe and we need to think in positive way. So if you have a wedding, if you're with your fiancé, this is a great time to show your fiancé that you love him and you're there for him. And together you can do something good because love wins after all. Merci beaucoup. Mwakoze mwese kuba natwe ndetse turashikariza yuko dufite ikindi gihe gikomeza the East African Wedding Show iri hano kugira ngo ibanezeze. Ufite ikintu ushaka kubaza, ushaka guhura n'umudesigner, ushaka guhura n'umuntu wagutegurira ubukwe, ibyo byose turi hano kugira ngo tubashe kubigufashamo the East African Wedding Show. I'm with Mr. Pratt. Now he's my fiancé, but I'm not sure if I'm going to take that flower. I'm not sure. So tomorrow I'll bring my tradition dance. I'll teach you how to dance Kinyarwanda a little bit. So in our tradition, we say muraho, which means hi, muraho, muhawe ikaze. If you want to be the MC in Rwanda, Mr. Pratt, you need to say muhawe ikaze. Say it.
Muhawe ikaze.
Yeah,
muhawe ikaze.
Yes, that's welcome you. We welcome you all. So, Mr. Pratt, I have a lot to ask you. I'm actually
having a great time here, and I know people are also enjoying it. Our conversations here. And what I like about Aline, let me be very honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, any one of you watching, is that Aline is an amazing person, and she gave me a true experience when I came to Kigali. Aww. And I think that when we talk about people who express it in its purest form, Aline, my Rukundo, thank you so much for that experience you gave me.
So kind. Actually, he's the host. He's my role model. He's teaching me to be the very MC, and I'm pretty sure that I will be the very good MC according to my role model, my teacher.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let me especially also thank Brenda. Brenda, thank you so much for putting this together. I know through it all you have still been very, very, very resilient, and you're making things happen, bringing this to the doors of people right there in the hands of people that can experience this. Thank you. And to all the team, IKs, thank you so much for putting this together. We are truly grateful for making this happen. This is the East African Wedding Show. Let's get talking on social media. For those of you who are watching, you can just take a screenshot of what's happening, share it on your social media story, tag at East African Wedding Show. Make sure that you tag that exactly East African Bride as well, and make sure that we trend on social media. Let's talk. Let's get talking because there are great stuff happening here. And I've seen that our viewership currently has increased, and there are more people who are engaged watching us. Thank you so much from the comfort of your home making this happen. We are truly grateful as well. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. Are there some people you'd like to say thank you to, Aline? Can you hear me?
Let me say thank you to myself, first of all. Thank you, Mr. Pratt. We need the people who follow us to just take the selfie. They can send the selfie on the East African Brides. maybe they can, East African brides or East African wedding show. You can just take a selfie, a very good selfie. You send it there. And Mr. Pratt?
Yes, great. Pratt. I'm here. So I think that you can take a minute or two. Mr. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
C'est pas grave. Mr. Pratt? Aha, mbibutsa rero yuko hari abantu barimo kunyandikira kuri Instagram, kuri social media yanjye bambwira bati tuzabona abantu batwigisha gukora makeup. Yes, reka mpereho mbasubiza, barahari, tuzaganira aba makeup designer batandukanye bagusobanurire uburyo bwa makeup zigiye zitandukanye, makeup yo mu bukwe, makeup z'ahantu hatandukanye. Rero mwese mushaka kudukurikira mushobora kujya kuri East African Brides cyangwa se mukatwandikira kuri East African Wedding Show. Hanyuma rero wedding show ariko kuri mudasobwa yacu. Mwe mwese rero muhawe ikaze. Soyez les bienvenus et je suis sûre que vous êtes là. Yes. Mr. Pratt.
Yes, I can hear you. So what's the update on Shamim and Hawa? Ishuti, please let us know what's the update on Shamim and Hawa.
Shuti, we need to know what is Shamim and Hawa. If you're going to get Shamim.
Other than that, we would have to put our participants to enjoy the time at the booth for the exhibition and prepare for the next session,
yes,
which starts in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are very sorry about the technical challenge with Hawa and Shamim. And we have had a very good introduction, myself and Aline, and it's been a very great one. Thank you so much, Chemtai Chamia, the lead planner and designer for Bloomingdale Planners. So at this point in time, we're directing every one of you to go to the booth.
Yes.
This is how to get to the booth. Check on your left screen. There is actually a booth there. So you can see an icon with a booth. Once you go there, what you need to do is that you see a list of vendors or exhibitors who are ready to listen to you. But then it's a first come, first serve basis. So the earlier you go there, the better. Once you go there, make sure that you book to have a one-on-one session. And briefly, would encourage you to do so briefly because I think that the queue is a bit long so that we can have everybody talk to a particular vendor. And so we would have to sign off here at this point in time. This is what we have. We have about 97 participants. Hooray, almost 100.
Thank you so much.
Watching us. And that is great. That is so great. Thank you so much, every one of you. We are truly grateful. But this is not the end of it. This is the East African Wedding Show. We are done with our first session. Oh my God, we're getting married. Get ready in 2 hours for the next session. Remember the vibes. Remember the vibes. Remember the vibe. There's a song I wanted to play in relation to that song. There's a particular song I wanted to play in relation to that song, which I want everybody to. So that would be the sign, just like this. So in Ghana, we call this vibe. That's vibe. Do this. Vibe. Yeah. So I'm playing the song. Remember the vibe. Okay, so let's go. Yo, see my team, we are the baddest. Come in, we are the see nobody have it. Come on, we ready to go for it. See the way you got the life. All right, so that's it. Hey, so that's it with the vibe. All right, let's go. With the vibe. Yeah, that is it. It's called With the Vibe. So that's it for the next topic. All right, so thank you guys. So Aline, we can direct all of them to go to the booth and have a great time and listen to all of our vendors. All right, so thank you very much. We'll see you in 2 hours' time, exactly 2 o'clock Central. From now to.
Thank you, Mr. Pratt.
Exactly.
2 hours, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, fine. I'm here.